هناك مسائل عديدة جدا.
أن يجوز إعطاء الزكاة لصنف الله،
لأن رسالة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام خاتمة.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. يسرني ويسعدني في هذه الحلقة السابعة من برنامج اللغة الإنجليزية لطلاب قسم الدعوة في كلية الدعوة والإعلام، طلاب وطالبات المستوى الثاني، وكذلك طلاب وطالبات المستوى الرابع من قسم الشريعة في كلية الشريعة. This is the 7th session, and in fact we start this session with a new unit. Look at unit number 6. As you know that each unit is specified or specific in one of the themes or areas. يعني كل موضوع له خصوصية خاصة, because we want to focus on the vocabulary on that area. This session, as you see, that the title of the chapter is Flying High and Low. Mostly all the time that we have something, we get information not only from what is written, but sometimes we get information. This is called pre-reading session, where we look at the pictures and the other things that maybe just not sentences that help us in specifying or getting some of the information about the topic. As you see that we have a plane. What kind of plane? Is it new or old? It seems to me that it's old. And we see that in the picture we see that the Spirit of St. Louis. Spirit of St. Louis. This is the name of this plane. So from this name we know that this plane was, I don't know, we will discover later, was famous one day, and now it is just an old plane, as you see. Okay, so what is Spirit of St. Louis? This is the question. Yes, it's a plane. Is it new or old? As you see, it's old. Number two, does it look old or new? Yes, it's, you can guess. I don't want to tell you. Do you want to take a long trip on this airplane today? Yeah, I don't think so, because it's frightening. Okay, so now from this, we know one thing, that things have high points and have low points. High points when they are in the top of their activities, their emotions, so they are on the top, or their achievement, يعني نجاحهم, and sometimes they have low points where they are, when they are depressed, when they are failures, when they are, so this is life. Sometimes we are high and top, and sometimes we just, because we are depressed, we are not happy. So happy and sad and good and bad, and so we have high and low. We can see, we can guess from high and low the opposites, يعني المتناقضات. Okay, go to page number 2. We talked about approaching the topic, production, looking at the picture, and getting some of the information. We talked about this, and sharing the information of high and low points of people, mostly famous people, good time and bad time. This is high and low. It means good time and bad time of these people, and sometimes of things. So not only people, sometimes things like this plane that one time it had good time, other times it didn't have that good time. Now we go to page 88 to look at the concept, how to specify the concept, high points and low points. Read with me. Number one, famous people have high points, it means good time, and low points, it means bad times in their lives. Work with a partner, with someone that to guess and share, and it's in fact it's important that to have this kind of guessing in answering the questions. Look at the list of the names below. Write the correct name next to the high point and low point in the person's life. So now, as you see that we have names, and down we have numbers. So when we look at the high points and we look at the low points, so we need to specify that person. Even though that we don't know, we might work together and have this one. Okay, number one, we need to put that person who, in the high point, he was the President of the United States, and the low points, so this is the highest position that he had. The low point, he quit his job in 1974, so he wasn't president anymore. So who is that person? If you can guess with me. Okay, let's first read the names of people that we need to fill them in these spaces. Christopher Reeve, and we have Nelson Mandela. I hope that we know this name. Vincent van Gogh, and we have Diana Spencer. People know Diana Spencer. Pu Yi, from the name that we know, is he's from the East. Marilyn Monroe is another famous character, and we have the last person is Richard Nixon. So the first one that we said that he has in the high point, he was the President of the United States. We put here number one, we put Richard Nixon. Number two, he was a Hollywood movie star in the 1950s and the 1960s. This is the high points. And the low point, her real name was Norma Jean Baker. She was poor and unhappy as a child. Who is that person? So, is that person a male or female? It is a female. So we see that she. So which one? You guess. Okay. I will give you the answer. I hope that you guessed the correct guess. This is Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe is the movie star. Number three, let me read high points. He became the president of South Africa in 1994. I hope that everyone knows that person. This is, he was the president after the low point. He was in jail for about 27 years. Who is that person? Okay, can you guess with me? Nelson Mandela. Number four, he was Superman in movies. Okay, so the ones who like watching movies might find this is an easy question to them. The low point, he had a serious horseback riding accident. So he had an accident horseback riding, يعني لما كان يركب الخيل وحصل معه حادث. And who is that person? This person is Christopher Reeve. Number 5, he painted many beautiful works on art. So this is the high point. He painted many beautiful works of art, and the low point, he cut off his ear. cut off يعني قطع. يعني قطع ايش؟ قطع اذنه. Who is that person? Vincent van Gogh. Number 6, we read the high point of that person. He was the emperor of China. I hope just from seeing that person is the emperor, كان يعني امبراطور الصين. So I hope that you know that person. He lost his empire وفقد الإمبراطورية. Who is that person? Number 6, Pu Yi. And the last person, he was a teacher, or she was a teacher, and she became a princess. Yes, I hope that you know this character or this personality. Her marriage to the Prince of Wales ended. This is the low point. Who is that character? Or who is that person? That person is Diana Spencer, who died in an accident after that. Okay, we go to the work with a partner and find out the high points and the low points of that person, and write a paragraph about that. So, okay, you can select a character, a person, the person mostly that you know. Otherwise, you don't know the high points and the low points. And in this case, you need to know not only one high point and one low point, but you need to know more than one or two, so that you can write a paragraph, because a paragraph is some sentences that focus on a topic. So this one that you can share this with someone that you know, whether in the class or at home, or in the place that you choose. Now we go to page 89. Here, this is something before writing, before reading. We need to use this kind of guesses. Here, what we have the picture, as you see, and we have some words written in the picture, and we have words beneath this, and we have empty spaces. From the picture, from the information in the picture, we need to put these words on this page, which is 89, in the empty spaces, so that when we read this paragraph, we get some good information, or we make this paragraph make sense. Let's read together. Complete the sentences with the words below. We need to complete the sentences with the words below. We are going to read. Look at the poster. Poster, the picture that we see, again, for help. Yes, we get the help from the poster, the picture, and we get the help from the words, so that we can write or make a good paragraph. Let's read together. In 1919, Raymond Ortega. Do you see this name in the poster? Yes. Raymond Ortega presents $25,000. So this person is going to give this present to the winner of doing something. So it says, and we see that we have the place that we start from, New York City, and we see that the place that the arrow goes to is Paris. And beneath this we have, be the first person to fly non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean. So the area that between these is the Atlantic Ocean, يعني المحيط الأطلسي. Okay. Now the word that we have, New York, Atlantic, Paris, $25,000. You see that this mark is the dollar mark. And we have non-stop, يعني بدون توقف. We need to put these words in the places. So let's read and we'll find out that we work together to solve this problem. In 1919, Raymond Ortega started a competition. Competition يعني منافسة. He offered 25, okay, I continue reading, so I want you to think with me. So he offered what? He offered money. And he offered $25,000 to the first pilot to fly. What does that pilot mean? Pilot, the person who flies the plane. To the first pilot to fly non-stop across the Atlantic. Across the Atlantic يعني عبر المحيط الأطلسي. So across the Atlantic Ocean, between where? As you see from the picture, between New York City or New York here and Paris. In 1927, Charles Lindbergh was the winner. When was that? In 1927, which means how many years after the competition? Okay, 8 years. Is that right? Okay, now we go to the following page. Here we have vocabulary for comprehension. I want to talk about vocabulary in this area. Vocabulary, it's not necessary that to know every vocabulary, and it's important that to know how to use a dictionary. But when the word is important, you need to check it out. Here, the text gives us some of the definitions of the words that we think are important to know before continue reading the text. Let's look at the words. Pilot, the person who flies the airplane, يعني طيار. Flight, a trip in an airplane, يعني رحلة بالطائرة. Took off يعني الإقلاع. Landed, the opposite, العكس، الهبوط. Set a record to do something faster or better than ever before. يعني set a record, it means يعني سجل رقم عالمي جديد. Set a record. نعم. Media, everything that newspapers, magazines, radio, television, this is media. And we have the contest. Contest يعني المنافسة. Contest, a game that people try to win. طبعا يعني لعبة. Handsome, good looking يعني handsome يعني good looking usually for a man. So handsome we say mostly for a man. We don't say for the woman handsome, we say she's pretty, she's beautiful, and the man handsome. Hero, someone you respect very much, يعني hero اللي هو ايش؟ البطل. Flying to New York. here we have the reading, and from the words that we explained just before, and as you see that these words are explained because we think these are a little bit difficult and or new words, so we need to know the meaning of these words. Now we explain the meaning, so now we need to put these words in the text, in the empty spaces. Let's read the text together. Flying to New York. In 1920s, flying airplanes was a new science. New science يعني علم جديد. When it was in the 1920s. Charles Lindbergh, a handsome young airmail pilot, يعني طيار لطائرات نقل البريد الجوي, airmail pilot, was very interested in flying, يعني كان يهوى ويحب الطيران. On May the 10th, 1927. Okay, this is the date. Is it important? I think yes. Lindbergh took off from San Diego, California. San Diego is a city in the state of California in the United States, the west side of the United States. He stopped in St. Louis, Missouri for gas and oil. So it's another place in the United States, almost in the middle. Then he quickly continued on to New York to enter Raymond Ortega's contest. Okay, this person is interested to be part of this contest. بهذه المنافسة. Which contest? That a plane that can cross the Atlantic non-stop. And he is going to be one of them, or he is going to be the winner. We will see. He refers to who? To Lindbergh, the airmail pilot. He landed in New York on May the 12th. He flew from San Diego to New York in less than 22 hours. Is it a faraway place? Yes. He set a record for the fastest flight across the United States. So this is something, so he set the record before, so he is almost known to be like flying. There was only the beginning of Lindbergh's historic trip. Lindbergh was on his way to becoming an international hero. International hero يعني بطل عالمي. The media followed him from then on. Okay. Now, after this preparation of Lindbergh and the spirit of St. Louis, we want to see who is that person and what is the story of the St. Louis. Look at these words with me. So this is the picture of Lindbergh wearing the pilot clothing, and people consider him because he likes flying. So he set the record in the fastest flight in the United States, and now he is entering the contest to fly across the Atlantic. But people were talking about him. So guess why people are considering him as a fool, يعني مغفل, to do these things? Is that because the weather was bad, or Lindbergh was too young to fly? Because he wasn't that. He's in the 20s. The plane was too small to cross the Atlantic. Lindbergh was not good student in school, or the trip was too long, or you can guess your ideas. These are the ideas that we need to think about, and then we'll continue reading the text in the following session. I want you to think about this, and till the following session we say that we hope that you have a good time, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
هناك مسائل عديدة جدا.
أنه يجوز إعطاء الزكاة لصنف واحد،
لأن رسالة محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام خاتمة.